Thanks very much. Here now to talk with me about Senator McCain's goals and challenges tonight, NICOLLE WALLACE, senior advisor to the McCain campaign. She's also at the debate site in Nashville, Tennessee. NICOLLE, always good to see you.
Thanks, David.
You worked for President Bush in 2004, so you saw firsthand some of the states that I'm talking about when I say that at this moment, in 9 of George Bush's states from 2004, Senator McCain is either tied or behind running against Barack Obama. What does he do tonight that changes those conditions?
Well, first, one thing on the politics of this race. When John McCain sees the pundits calling him out or almost out, and he sees the polls tightening up, he feels like he's just getting started. So on the politics of this, I think they're certainly in John McCain's comfort zone to be the underdog. But this is a serious moment of national crisis. This is a lot more than an economic downturn. This is a national crisis, and it looks like it's turning into a global financial challenge and crisis as well. So I think what you'll hear John McCain do tonight is to point to the one bright spot in America's economy, and that's the 350,000 jobs that have been added this year, and those are in our small businesses. Now, the truth about Barack Obama's agenda for small businesses is that his policies would decimate the one bright spot in America's economy. He'd raise their taxes, he would mandate health insurance, and he would really snuff out the one bright spot of America's very sick economy. So John McCain will make the contrast. He'll contrast what is a very different ideology and philosophy on health care. He believes in giving people $5,000 to go out and buy health care. Barack Obama is going to mandate health care. So we'll do as John Harwood suggested. We'll go toe-to-toe with Barack Obama's way out of the mainstream ideas that would stifle the last bright spots in our economy, and we'll take our ideas to the voters who will ultimately decide.
Let's talk about some of the polling that we've seen in terms of voters' attitudes about the economy. Who's got an advantage here? That advantage in the poll, NICOLLE, as you know, favors Barack Obama. Who would be better at improving the economy? You see 46 to 29, the advantage for Obama. So is there extra work to be done on the part of Senator McCain beyond just pointing out differences on their record?
Sure, and you and I have talked about some of those in recent days. The strategy will be to start to shine a spotlight on the growing gap between what Barack Obama says and what he does. Tonight he will look the American people in the eye and tell them that he's going to cut their taxes, and that is not true. That is not true. And to understand what Barack Obama feels and will do about taxes, he has voted for higher taxes on the American people, on the middle class, on working class families 94 times. He has also voted to raise taxes on people making $42,000 a year. So he's an indiscriminate tax raiser. And John McCain just has a completely different orientation. He believes that particularly in a sick and ailing economy, raising taxes is an awful place to start. So John McCain will go toe-to-toe with Barack Obama. And if there's any phase in this campaign where we get a little tougher, it's in holding Barack Obama's feet to the fire that is his record. I'd be running from it too. I'd be spinning too. I'd lie too if I had a record like Barack Obama's in this economic crisis. But it's not going to fly in the last 28 days of an election.
NICOLLE, this is what Senator Obama has said about Senator McCain in an ad that he's running on this question of leadership on the economy. Let's watch this and I'll have you react.
750,000 jobs lost this year. Our financial system in turmoil. And John McCain, erratic in the crisis, out of touch on the economy. No wonder his campaign wants to change the subject, turn the page on the financial crisis by launching dishonest, dishonorable assaults against Barack Obama. Struggling families can't turn the page on this economy, and we can't afford another president who's this out of touch.
So you say that Obama lies. Obama says about McCain that he's erratic and he's out of touch.
Well, listen, if phoning it in from the campaign trail and sitting on the sidelines while our Congress grappled with what was an imperfect but necessary first step to stopping the bleeding in our financial markets, if the choice is between cool, aloof, inaction, and John McCain's bold efforts at trying to be part of the solution, we'll take it. But let me tell you something about those attack ads. Barack Obama has spent more money than any presidential candidate in the history of this country attacking John McCain, and his lies are totally unnecessary. And I think at a time when people have enough to be worried about, telling people what to be afraid of and who's to blame is a really, really distasteful way to spend your millions. We all know that Barack Obama has unlimited millions. He decided to, opt out of the public financing system, and that's fine. But I think it is worth looking at how he's decided to spend those millions, and they're on false attack ads. But, we're not going to play that game. I think the truth of Barack Obama's penchant and cheering for higher taxes is enough of a problem for him. So we're going to try to push away the distractions and let them stand toe-to-toe.
But, Nicole, you say you're not going to play that game. Let's be clear then. In the recent days, we've heard from Sarah Palin, and we've heard from, in the course of the attack ads as well, that both sides have exchanged Bill Ayers, Jeremiah Wright. Are those issues that Senator McCain will bring up tonight during this debate to try to hammer home the character questions about Barack Obama?
You know, I don't think anyone sitting around the kitchen table or sitting in the TV room tonight watching is going to tune in and care too much about any of those issues. On Mr. Ayers, this was raised by Governor Palin as another proof point in Barack Obama's very troubling record of saying one thing and doing another. William Ayers, as you may or may not have talked about on your show, is a has-been domestic terrorist. He was a guy that at one time planned and tried to bomb the Pentagon and the U.S. Capitol. Thank God he was unsuccessful. It wasn't a good domestic terrorist. He failed. However, he is a man, in his home, Barack Obama launched his political career. Now, that is what it is. It sounds like the guy is a productive part of academic circles in Chicago. And that's the truth. Barack Obama described him as a guy in his neighborhood. You and I live nearby, and you're a lot more than a guy in my neighborhood. It was a lie to say he was just a guy in his neighborhood. So this is about understanding whether he's going to tell the truth, whether he's going to tell the truth about his plan for raising taxes, whether he's going to tell the truth about health care.
Is that an issue that you're going to have millions of people watching tonight, tens of millions of people? Is that a point in an argument that Senator McCain, he's the principal, will he make that argument tonight in the course of this debate where there will be so many people watching? This will not just be a campaign rally where Governor Palin can talk about this. Will he make that argument on this individual as well as Jeremiah Wright tonight?
Well, listen, as you know, this is a town hall meeting, so the star attraction tonight are the participants. And, you know, I think that what gets discussed tonight is up to the participants, not up to any campaign. All
right, one more question, Nicole. This is a leadership challenge for both sides tonight, and Senator McCain is a straight talker. What uncomfortable truth will he tell the American people tonight about the road ahead on the economy?
Well, look, I mean, I think that the truth is we as taxpayers all helped pay a piece of this bailout bill last week, and it wasn't a solution. It wasn't a one-stop solution for the economic crisis we find ourselves in. It was a tourniquet. It stopped the bleeding. And now we have to begin the very difficult and it looks like very long, hard work of getting our economy back into a healthy, strong position. And it is in large part going to be the work of taking on corruption, of putting in place major institutional reforms. The next president is going to have to fix big, broken stuff in Washington and in Wall Street. And John McCain is the only man on the field who has ever done that before.
All right, Nicole Wallace with the McCain campaign. Nicole, as always, thanks very much.
Thanks, David.
All right.